pretty. Now, I sound like such a geek. You're so pretty.
So are you.
But listen, first of all, thanks so much for coming by.
Thank you for
Your
having
fans
me.
are crazy. I mean, it must be gratifying because people love this show. Your fans are incredibly devoted to you and the rest of the people on the show. How does that make you feel? It must be very,
It's
amazing.
wonderful. Yes, and I know all their names, so it's
You
great.
do?
Yeah.
And we have somebody who came all the way from Canada to see you here today.
Gosh, yay, thank you. It's so wonderful. And I mean, that's the great thing with social media too, is that we can tweet, now Instagram, so I can put a face to the name and a name to the face, and it's just really nice to have that support for the show because we work so hard on it. We don't get to see it all the time when we're on set, but when we come out and, come to different cities, it's so nice to see them all. So.
Well, I know that your character on the show, Emily, is gay, and I'm wondering how important do you think it is to have really a role model for a lot of gay young people out there who might not have one in sort of a primetime television series?
Yeah, I think it's amazing. And also the fact that it's on ABC Family. A lot of people come up to me and they're watching it with their families. And so having my character be on that, it's kind of like a bridge to this conversation that can begin. And it makes it a lot more organic than just being like, hey, Mom and Dad, here we go. You can be watching the show with them and then just say that you kind of relate to my character in a way.
Right, not only for kids who are gay, but also to increase tolerance.
Exactly.
For people who are gay or people who are different in general. And you say there are actually some perks to playing a lesbian.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Everybody's like, so how does it feel kissing a girl? And I'm like, honestly, I kind of prefer it. They smell pretty, their lips are softer, it's fun, We always have that joke on set, and also because I have the most relationships on the show compared to the other girls, so it's always so funny. But yeah, no, it's fun.
Now, I know that the season finale of the show is shrouded in mystery.
Yes.
And you guys, sorry, spoiler alert, no spoiler alerts, because we're not going to tell anyone really anything. Seeing you here now, you're so obviously poised and self-confident, but I read as a teenager, you really did not feel comfortable in your own skin. You grew up in Toronto. No wonder we have a visitor from Canada.
Yes.
But what was the situation when you were a teenager?
It was brutal. It was, it was hard. I grew up in a predominantly Caucasian neighborhood. All of my friends, had blonde hair, blue eyes, very fair-skinned. And, I just completely wanted to be like them. I felt like an outcast. When I would explain my race or my background, the only way that they could put two and two together was like, oh yeah, you're Filipino, my nanny's Filipino. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's amazing, but we don't all have to look the same here. But I felt like I did, so I would completely, bleach blonde my hair, roots to ends, and I got colored contacts. And I look back at these photos, and I'm like, what was I doing? Why would I do that?
Yeah, I look at you and think, what were you doing? Honestly. But it just shows that, it was hard because I think it's very, very hard, especially as a teenager, to feel different.
Exactly. And that's why, I say to all the girls, when you're watching the show even, and we have these morning scenes, we have makeup on still. There are false eyelashes on all of our eyes when we wake up in the morning on the show, So no one wakes up like that. It's not about being perfect. It's about celebrating being you and celebrating your uniqueness.
I know that, yes. That's good. You worked as a model. You went to Thailand when you were just 18 years old.
Yes.
Your parents were really nice to let you do that, by the way.
Kind of trusting, right?
Yeah. And you did some modeling, and then obviously you got into acting. But when you were in Thailand, you learned about sex trafficking, and you became an advocate or activist against sex trafficking. And then recently you traveled to Africa.
Yeah. To free the children.
Right, and that was an incredibly formative, important experience for you.
Yeah, whenever we have our hiatuses, I just kind of jet off, and causes that are close to my heart, I really want to go to where they are, and I want to see what the people are doing over there and what the organizations are doing. So recently I went to Kenya, and it was so amazing. I helped build a school, a wall to a part of a school over there, and I got to meet all the girls from Kisaruni, which is their girls' secondary school, and it was just so amazing to see what this organization has come and done over there. And I loved meeting everybody over there, and it was a lot of fun.
And you have a lifestyle blog where you put pictures like this, ShayMitchell.com, which must be fun, and you do it all yourself. Well, before we go, Shay, I know we've got a couple of Twitter questions. I feel like you answered this one. If you could give a message to girls and young women of today, what would it be? And I think you said that.
I would say celebrate your uniqueness.
Yeah.
And, yeah, there's only one of you, and you have to be proud of it. Yes.
The next question, Pink Bubba 27. Where do people get these handles? She asked, have you ever been starstruck? And if so, who?
Beyonce!
I don't even have to say it. Yeah, I feel like I've been coming closer and closer. Like, I went to her concert, obviously. I saw her sitting at a restaurant, like, at a table, and I felt like I was just couldn't stop looking. And then I recently saw her, like, out in New York last time I was here.
I think she's stalking you.
I think she's stalking me too, Katie. I'm like, come on now. I may call myself Shayancé, but somebody's following somebody. But yes, I mean, I've admired her for a long time, since I was super young. So her music is always playing in the background, and she's just somebody that I really look up to as far as how she's handled her career life and her personal life and just what she stands for, which is like women power.
Well, I feel the same about you. I think you've got big things ahead for
Thank you so much.
And Shay Mitchell, thanks so much for coming
Thank
by.
you for having me here. This is so fun.